movie. This fucking movie. This movie? Seriously? Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't even with this movie. How was this movie even made? How was this film actually put into production? How did anybody look at this movie and say, yeah, people are gonna fucking love this? I can't. I need a moment. I need therapy. I need to, just give me 1 second.
So much better.
So Gotti is a biopic, I guess, that's supposed to be telling the life and times of John Gotti. You know who the fuck John Gotti is. That's the Teflon Don himself. In this film, he's played by John Travolta, and it basically takes us through his life and up until his conviction of murder and whatever in 1992. And you know what? I'm not even going to bother to say anything about the movie. I don't give a shit who directed it. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care. I don't care. Let's just get into the rest of this fucking review. Did you really think that there was something positive about this movie? Is that what you thought? Did you come to the super section of this video expecting me to say good things about this? You thought that? Like you actually allowed that thought to into your head that this movie had a redeeming quality about it? Oh, that's cute. It's cute and that's adorable. Having said that, this movie can go fuck itself. What the fuck? What in the actual fuck? What in the how did this happen? What the fuck me in the ass? You know what watching this movie was? Watching this movie was the equivalent of having a serrated blade run over my nutsack. That's right, that is not hyperbole. I believe that this movie killed future generations of my family. Even my sperm cells don't want to watch this shit. Just bear with me for a second. Like picture, I don't know, picture a pine cone, okay? Picture a pine cone, and picture that pine cone being retrofitted to squeeze inside your asshole. Just picture that. Picture a pine cone slowly and painfully fucking your booty hole. Just picture that for almost 2 hours. Go ahead, picture it. Go ahead. The fuck, right? I'm fairly certain that this film was edited by some combination of Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, Big Head from My Wife and Kids, maybe Cole from Martin, hell, maybe Rachel from That's So Raven. Either that or a bunch of Neanderthals got inside of an editing room and just went, then after that they decided to edit the movie like that and put it together, and this is what we got. We got fucking Gotti. Apparently the people who made this movie, Gotti, no fucking clue on how to edit a fucking film, because this is hands down the worst editing you are going to see in any film this fucking year. This movie has no idea how it wants to tell its story. It has no idea when it wants to tell a story. Like, this movie starts off and it tells us, okay, here's point A, here's point D, here's point F, and here's point Z. After the fact, they're gonna go back and they go, okay, well, here's point C, and then here's point E, and then here's point G, and then here's all this other shit, and it makes for a confused, jumbled, incoherent fucking mess. This movie has so many fucking weird-ass time jumps. This movie has no idea. Like, you'll start off in 1973, and then you'll just go up. You'll go to 1984 and then 1985, but then maybe they might go back and show you something from 1981 or 1978. Random scenes are just thrown together in this movie with no sense of flow. There is no narrative structure whatsoever in this fucking movie. Just random scenes of dudes just standing around talking about a bunch of fucking bullshit that we don't fucking care about. So many scenes of some old white gentleman talking with John Gotti about, hey, did you see this guy over here? Yeah, I saw this guy over here. You used my fucking name. Yeah, that fucking cocksucker. I show him a lesson. And then boom, we fast forward to something else that we don't give a shit about. And that's the problem when you have shitty ass editing, is that it doesn't allow the audience to actually give a shit about the characters. Before we have a chance to get attached to a time period or a character or anybody, we're whisked off into something else that the movie wants to shove down our fucking throat. Soundtrack for this movie. Oh my god, I have to talk about the fucking music. It's shit. For some strange strange, inexplicable reason they just used a lot of Pitbull on the fucking soundtrack, it clashes with the tone of the movie that they're trying to establish in the first place, so that right there is a bad decision. And you have really terrible, shitty music that's just inserted into weird scenes throughout this film that don't make any fucking sense. There is a fucking scene with a car bomb, by the way, one of the fakest car bombs I have ever seen in my fucking life. And then there's this happy, up-tempo song that plays during the car bomb, and then literally 3 seconds later, the song is over. It doesn't lead into a transition for a new scene. It's just a random song that's just thrown in there just because, yeah, we have money and we can do that. You don't give a shit about any of the characters. They spend more time trying to celebrate John Gotti, the man, than they actually delve into the man of John Gotti. Like, you don't really get a great sense of who he was. You don't really get a sense of why he's such an iconic figure. Oh, don't get me wrong, you're told about it by countless characters that you don't give a shit because the movie wants to give you fellatio. It wants to just shove John Gotti and his ginormous dick down your throat. Even then, characters are introduced into this movie at such a rapid-fire pace, and there is like no connection to them. You don't know them, you don't care, I guess you're not supposed to care. The reason I know that they're characters that the movie kind of maybe wants you to care about is because their name shows up on the fucking screen in letters, like big-ass white letters, so that you know who this person is. But literally 3 seconds later, it's another time jump. So I don't give a fuck about that person anymore. I dragged my poor younger brother to go see this movie with me. We were just sitting there in the theater in horrified silence at times. After a while, we just gave up on the fucking movie and we started talking shit about it. There's so much more that I could get into with this movie that I don't even feel like talking about. Like the fact that they actually used fake fireworks in a fucking scene. Like, they couldn't even shoot real fireworks for a scene. They had to use found footage fireworks from another fucking movie to shoot a fucking fireworks scene. Oh my god, my blood pressure, I'm losing it. I'm losing it, I might die on camera. Do you really believe that this movie deserves a rating? That's what you came to see? You just wanted me to slap Quest a piece on this piece of shit and call it a fucking day? I'm not gonna honor this movie by actually saying that it deserves a fucking rating. This movie deserves nothing, okay? It deserves nothing. But I'm not even gonna end this fucking review with an outro or a rating or anything like that. Instead, I'm just gonna put a picture of gigantic ass cheeks on the screen and I'm gonna let you interpret that however the fuck you want to do it. Oh, in fairness, if you did enjoy this rant/review, then I'll put subscribe on the ass cheeks and you can subscribe because the booty is telling you to subscribe, and you know, booty's important. You gotta listen to it in this world.